record episode 197 of GameSpeak Podcasts. Hope you guys are ready. Please be sure to like and subscribe to this YouTube channel if you want more of this or movie trailers and everything. We got it all.
More of this.
All right. Oh, no. Everybody just
You
disliked.
want more of that? You're in the right spot. All right.
All right, 3,
do it.
2, 1. Yo, and hello and welcome to the 197th episode of GameSpeak Podcast. New episodes go up for free feed subscribers every Wednesday in audio format on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Play, Spotify, and all of your favorite podcast platforms, as well as in video format on YouTube, so you can see us in stunning high definition, where we need you to hit subscribe and click that notification bell. We are now streaming live every Tuesday at 7:50 p.m. CST on twitch.tv/GameSpeak Podcast. If you want to catch the show as it happens before anyone else. This show is two childhood BFFs bringing you all things video games. You can find us online at GameSpeakPodcast.com, where we need you to subscribe to our official newsletter so we can make sure you never miss an episode. Also, be sure to join the community in the Facebook group at facebook.com/group/GameSpeakPodcast to hang and talk games with other nerds like us. I'm one of your hosts, JAMAL Al-Jafra, alongside Brent. Beautiful bass. I decided to be nice this week.
Hey, thanks.
Yeah, you brought it up.
It means a lot to me.
Yeah,
you know.
Let that sink in. I actually have to change our background picture on the YouTube channel because it's still from our trailer reaction.
It'll be a fun Easter egg for everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we actually have there we go, a more a Christmassy, a more festive one.
We just wanted you guys to see old Denzel. You know what I mean?
Denzel, you got Rami Malek back there. You got Charles Manson.
The whole
on there.
crew. The whole crew.
Yeah. So as you guys know, we once had a third person. His name was Devin Mayer. He is no longer with us. No, I'm just kidding. No, he's at a Christmas thing right now with his real job.
Yeah,
allegedly. We're gonna definitely do an investigation into that. Make sure
we've
it's
got
the
a
truth.
private eye following him right now. But if everything checks out, he should be back next week.
Mm-hmm. If not, though, yeah, he's definitely not gonna be back next week. No, I'm just kidding. No. Nah, Devin's cool. He's just doing Christmas stuff. It's it's that time of the year where at work everybody's trying to be all festive. I was saying last week. I don't know if I was saying this on the podcast, but it reminds me of like that time, like back whenever you're in school and it's like the holiday week, like the holidays are at the end of the week. You just have to make it there to get to that 4 to 5 day weekend.
Yeah.
And like all the teachers don't give a fuck anymore. They're bringing out like the TV and putting Bill Nye on and shit.
Oh, that's the best.
You're watching Shrek in every class.
That was the best.
Yeah, it was, dude.
I hope kids are still getting that experience in school, by the way.
No, they just turn on Netflix anytime they feel like it.
Yeah, it's probably not exciting anymore if they wheel in Shrek on a fucking VHS, I guess.
Yeah, they're like, what the fuck is this? Like, kids have
We used to lose
iPads.
our shit when they'd bring the fucking film in, I don't care if we were watching, like, educational movies. It would be so exciting on a day when we would just get to sit there and watch TV in class,
Yeah, we're definitely aging ourselves, but, like, think about, like, kids won't know what it's like to have to use T9 to text without looking.
Dude, kids won't know what it's like to have to use those fucking calculators, the graph calculators or whatever. I feel like that shit's going to be a thing of the past pretty soon.
Oh, you think that's gone?
Dude, I don't know.
What's up, Paranormal? Happy holidays. Haven't seen you in a long time.
Happy holidays. What's going on, man?
Yeah, dude. It's been a long time.
Long time no see.
We missed you, dude. No, yeah, we were just talking about Shrek, but anyways, so Brent, you do anything interesting this week?
Yeah, we did like my family Christmas, so like my sister came down and her kids and we did our thing with my parents. It was a good time.
Yeah,
we unwrapped presents, we ate food, all the traditional Christmas shit,
Yeah, but Brent walked in here today wearing a Magikarp beanie.
Let me go get it for the people watching the video. Just keep everybody entertained for a second. I got to show it off real quick. Hold up.
It's easy. Hold on. Let me start juggling or something. No. Yeah, and so Brent walks into my house like nonchalantly with a giant Magikarp sucking on his fucking head. Okay, you can see it in the video.
The best thing ever. This was a Christmas gift to me, by the way.
And he uses it. It's not like
you can pull it down if you want to rob a store.
You look like the thing off of Fortnite. Somebody put some effort and skill into that, and I appreciate it. And I think Brent is probably the only person in the world that would appreciate it to the point to where he wears it.
Yeah, guys, if you want to get one of those made, my sister's friend has an Etsy store where she makes stuff like that. Hold on, I can.
Let's throw the plug in real
link.
quick.
Go to Gray Day Crochet on Etsy.
Yeah.
She's got the goods. Okay.
Paranormal says it's pretty lit. What's up?
It is lit, isn't it?
What's up? I'm Dirty Dan.
I'm Dirty Dan. What's up, Dirty Dan?
Says that thing is sick.
I agree. Thanks everybody for complimenting my fresh hat. I'm feeling good about it.
You look good in it, dude.
I would have wore it the whole show, but I can't fit the headphones under it or over it, so it's just like
you should leave that feedback on our Etsy and be like, you should put headphone like inserts.
Oh yeah,
like
if
you just slide it into the
earbuds,
fins.
I could have probably made it work.
Yeah, but that's not what we're working with here. She's got to make it specialty. No.
What have you been doing this week, Jamal?
No Christmas stuff just yet. We're doing it Thursday, Friday. Got 2 Christmas things to go to. One with
back to back.
Yeah, one with my fam, which we're doing like Secret Santa, and then
that's always fun. I did a Secret Santa at my aunt's house. On Sunday, I think.
What was the budget?
It was like $20 or something. It wasn't that. It wasn't really a budget, but nobody went too crazy. We kind of all just joked around with it more than anything. Like booze and joke gifts, kind of.
See, I got this dope app. All right, this app that lets you set up like Secret Santa with like a group of people, so you can just send them the link and be like, hey, put your you can put a wish list of things you want, and like it sets the budget. So like we set it at $50. We could put exclusions, so like I couldn't draw my girlfriend and my girlfriend can't draw me and like all that. So it just worked out like, it was a really cool app. That's all I'm saying. We live in the future. But
that is fun.
Yeah. And so we're all set up. We didn't have to meet up to draw names or anything. It was just, said and done. So we're going to show up, bring our gifts. Everybody's going to get something they want because it had the Amazon wish list attached to it and all this stuff. Very cool.
Dang.
Yeah, dude.
Next level.
Yeah, it felt like the future.
Why don't you just not get something on your...
Yeah, they just like buy something completely different than the items I put on there. I made sure it was under the budget, but anyways, I guess let's jump into the gaming news. There's really not
a lot.
much. There's a lot of Cyberpunk news.
I was going to say, I read a lot of news yesterday, but it wasn't really news. Like, it was one of those days where I go through and I read like 4 articles, and I like went to go look at my news thing, and I felt like I should have had a shitload of news on it, and like I hadn't written anything down. So most of it,
Most of it's Cyberpunk, but just so you guys know, we are using articles from gaming news sites from around the web. We do not claim any of these articles as our own. We're just bringing them here all to one place and giving you our thoughts on it.
An article sandwich.
Yeah, that's what it is. Let's start with this here. James O'Connor at GameSpot says CD Projekt Red Cyberpunk 2077 released on consoles in a less than optimal state, and now PlayStation has taken action. The company has removed the game from the PlayStation Store and promised to issue refunds to customers. If you purchase the digital version of the game, getting your money back should be a whole lot easier now. Cyberpunk 2077 no longer appears when you search for it on the PlayStation Store, and Sony has shared a link for players to claim a refund for the digital version of the release. This applies to both the PS4 and PS5 stores. As players begin to discover Cyberpunk 2077's shoddy release state on consoles, developer CD Projekt Red suggested that Sony and Microsoft would be able to issue refunds. However, it eventually transpired that consultation with these companies had not actually happened, and the company soon stopped suggesting contacting PlayStation for a refund, but obviously that was fixed now. Sony was like, you know what, screw these guys. we'll give you the refunds or whatever. But it has been reportedly easier for Xbox players to get refunds as well. Xbox basically came out and offered blanket refunds to those who purchased the Xbox version digitally. And it's still available to purchase on Xbox. So technically, Cyberpunk 2077 is a digital exclusive on Xbox right now. You can't buy it on PS4 unless you buy the physical copy.
You can still get the physical copy if you're
No,
so
I'm just saying
inclined.
it's got some digital exclusivity right now,
Yeah,
which is
for sure.
like they basically did nothing and got free exclusivity to something. but yeah, so they're still offering refunds. They just didn't take it off the store.
Yeah, I've seen that they recently dropped the 1.05 patch like the day after they took it off the store.
That makes it work somewhat.
Well, it doesn't. I don't know if it makes it work perfectly, but it does help a lot. I've seen some before and after pictures, and it does help a lot with the resolution, especially it makes it sharper and better looking on PlayStation.
The details like zero though. Everybody looks like a smooth Gumby walking around. Like, have you seen that? Like
no.
the PS4 and Xbox One versions of the game, like if you put it side by side with like PC or like Series X, like the characters literally look like they're just like Gumby. Like they have like no detail on their skin and
I think
shit.
it's probably a resolution thing, and I think that the newest patch probably helped that a little bit. You know what I mean?
Okay, hopefully so, because
yeah, definitely.
I'd be pretty upset about that.
You know, we'll have to see. I think with a little bit of optimization, it'll be running good. You know, it just needs a little bit of polish.
Yeah, the Xbox digital version has a warning on it that says users may experience performance issues when playing this game on Xbox One consoles until this game is updated. So yeah, that's a thing. You know, you'll see a warning sign. Anyways.
I mean, you're probably going to run into issues on any platform, at least a few. You know what I mean?
I think it's just extra on those consoles.
It's probably really bad on consoles, but I've had my own share of bugs and stuff on computer.
Yeah.
Anyways,
what
guys,
you got?
Check it out on the Epic Store, all you PC players out there. Epic Games is doing a free game a day until the end of the month. So from now until the 31st, you're getting free games every single day. And this has been going on for a few days already. So you've already missed out on City Skylines and The Long Dark and Oddworld and Alien Isolation. And today's game is Metro 2033. So,
nice.
Get on there and get you some free games. I'm a sucker for free stuff. You know what I mean?
I think everyone is.
I think a lot of people are, but you'd be surprised how many people aren't willing to just simply download the Epic Game Store client onto their PC just to get the free games. They're like, I refuse. It's like, why though?
It's ego.
Because it's free. I mean, you're getting Alien Isolation, dude. Like,
Brent, if you don't stand for something, you'll die for nothing. Okay?
Oh, I stand for something, and we're going to talk about it in just a second. But also, Epic Games has 10 unlimited $10 coupons going on until January 11th.
All right, I'm willing to die for nothing.
So basically, the way this works is anytime you buy something that's $15 or more, you get a $10 coupon. So effectively, everything on the Epic Game Store that's over $15 is $10 off right now until until January 11th. You know what I mean? And they'll keep giving you these coupons. So, I mean, like, I went crazy with them last week. And not to mention, there's a really good sale going on right now. So you can put your coupon on top of the sale price on some of these games.
Oh, nice.
Like, you can get Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 right now for like $20 on the Epic Game Store with the coupon and the sale price mixed together. And I think it's like the deluxe edition. So, I don't know. Definitely worth looking into,
Yeah, for sure. Is that it on the
on the Epic
Game Store? So Jeremy Winslow at GameSpot says, having launched almost 4 years ago, Nintendo of America President Doug Bowser believes the Switch has finally entered the midpoint of its life cycle. In an extensive interview with Polygon, Bowser discussed the company's 2021 outlook, how well the Switch performed amidst the ongoing pandemic, and what the midpoint for both the standard Switch and more affordable Switch Lite means for the platform's ecosystem. According to Bowser, it means the company will, quote, really lean into both platforms while continuing to call attention to the Switch's unique console handheld hybrid nature. which won't matter soon. But the way quote, the way we build games onto the platform and the way partners build the games onto the platform is really what matters, and the experience that you have when you play, Bowser said. So that's what we'll continue to lean into as we go into really what will be the 5th year of Nintendo Switch. And as Mr. Shuntaro Furukawa, president of Nintendo, mentioned in his corporate management policy briefing, we believe we've just hit the midpoint of this life cycle on this platform. Bowser referenced Nintendo President Shuntaro Furukawa's comments during the company's corporate management policy briefing, in which Furukawa also said the Switch is entering what we consider to be the middle of the life cycle. Both Bowser and Furukawa say more titles are in development for 2021 and beyond, which is unsurprising with the Switch. But basically, you know, my thing is like, They also went on to talk about how they outsold the PS5 and the Series X. The only reason that happened,
it's because y'all have stock.
Yeah, is because they have consoles.
Yeah.
You know, next year it's not going to look like that.
Yeah, if there would have been enough PS5s and Xboxes to go around, they would easily have outsold everybody. I guarantee it.
Oh yeah, Switch would have been like literally just nothing. Like their numbers would have been 0 compared to everything else, you know, just in relativity. But
I feel like that's why the Oculus has been so successful with their Quest 2 is because they had enough to fucking go around, you know what I mean? Like
yeah, I think 2021 is going to spell a different future for Switch. I think they have to have a Switch Pro, and it needs to be able to hit 4K, and it needs to be just as powerful as, or at least very close to the power of a Series X or a PS5. If not, they're looking at it just being gone, because this whole handheld, console hybrid thing doesn't matter anymore. Game Pass is literally, you can just stream games to your phone now. Like PlayStation's gonna have their own within the next year or so, like where you can just stream games to your phone and stuff like that. That whole thing is gone. Like they had it for a good 4 years, but it's about to be gone.
Well, I don't think it's realistic to think we're going to get a 4K, native 4K experience on any kind of like handheld Switch type thing. Although I don't think it's out of the question to expect some kind of like, first of all, a 1080p screen on the Switch itself would be swell.
Oh, it would be wonderful.
It would be a huge step up. It would be a noticeable step up. And then maybe when you dock it, it like upscales to 4K with like, some kind of
60 frames.
DLSS type thing. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. I think you could maybe make it kind of work, but it would be hard. If you could even just make it look better on, like, just docked, like, in general.
Yeah.
Just make the docked experience better. What you need is a dock that's got its own power. You know what I mean? Like, that has its own, like, graphics card kind of built into it, so it can kind of take over when you dock it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. I think that's really what they need, is that, and like I said, frames is going to matter a lot.
Yeah, if we could bump everything up to 60, that would be just
that'd
wonderful.
be ideal.
Yeah.
But
even
also,
if you could go back and play your old Switch games in 60 frames with a higher resolution, that would be awesome.
Yeah. The only thing that worries me is that they've been testing this whole thing with like the kind of like their Stadia type situation, like with Control. Like Control, you can stream to the Switch right now.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
which like
I've heard there's a different. You can play anything on Stadia, so you can play Cyberpunk on your Switch right now if you want to. You just have to like jailbreak your Switch essentially.
Yeah, but see, the Control thing is official. It's not like a jailbreak thing.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
But it is possible. You guys got to look this up on YouTube. There's a guy who's playing Cyberpunk on a Switch right now. It's fucking nuts.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
but it's probably not that good looking, And
no, I mean it works pretty good. Like it's kind of crazy actually. Like the Stadia version of Cyberpunk is like surprisingly good, and like all you need is a good internet connection to make Stadia work.
Yeah, I just mean with the screen on the Switch.
Oh yeah, I think he's playing it docked.
But see, like, okay, so my thing about it is like, if that's the route they're gonna take, if they're gonna like make all future like third-party games, streamable to the Switch, I guess I could see them not increasing the power and whatnot on it, but that would suck. I just think that would suck.
No, I think that would kind of defeat a lot of the purpose of the Switch, which is the fact that you can take it anywhere, even places that don't have internet.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Because you can't play Control on your Switch just anywhere. You have to have access to the internet.
Exactly.
Unless they put out like a Switch that lets you buy data from like a phone company or something, or like AT&T or something.
And you're gonna not only want internet, but like at least like moderately good internet to like have a decent experience with streaming games like that.
Connectivity and whatnot. Anyways, what you got, Brent?
Let's see. Okay, we talked about that. Sorry. Oh, kind of a short one, but Among Us is out on Switch and on Game Pass. So if you're one of those people who hasn't, tried it out yet, give it a try. There's more places to play it now.
It's not free on Switch, is it?
No, it's like $3.99 or something.
That's not bad.
Yeah, it's worth it for sure, especially just to be able to take it around, play it on a nice little Switch screen. I feel like that'd be cool. Yeah. But also, it is free on Game Pass. Well, not free.
It's free on phone.
It's free. I think phone is the only place where it's free.
Yeah.
But like, if you have Game Pass, you can play the computer version, which is also $3.99, through Game Pass for free.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, well, not for free, but for the price of admission.
It's free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything on Game Pass is free to me.
Yeah,
That's how I think about
because
it.
it's just part of the package. Like I'm paying for it no matter what.
Yeah.
So whatever's on there is free.
And I feel like I could, $15 is worth it to like play if there's a game that I really want to play, $15 is totally worth it to me. Like just to like have Game Pass for a month and experience that game, even if I just buy it 1 month at a time,
Oh yeah, for sure. Okay, so back to Cyberpunk problems. Gabe Gerwin at GameSpot says CD Projekt Red could soon be facing yet another Cyberpunk 2077 problem, arguably bigger than having to offer refunds to upset players. A class action lawsuit. It isn't from other players either, but potentially from investors who felt they were misled about the game's quality prior to release. According to VGC, multiple law firms, as well as a CD Projekt investor, are looking into a class action suit related to potential misrepresentation by CD Projekt. The company could be accused of breaking an SEC rule that makes it unlawful to operate, quote, as a fraud or a deceit upon any person, end quote, during security transactions. In other words, this potential lawsuit would see investors taking aim at CD Projekt rather than the customers who bought the game. Given the massive drop in share value for the company over the last week, this isn't a huge surprise. Several of the executives and co-founders of the company have reportedly lost over $1 billion in their own stock value since the game's launch.
With stock value, everybody keeps saying, "Oh, the investors are lost $3 billion in stock value."
It's volatile,
but it's like that's one of those things that's it's a fluctuating market, and it will change very shortly, and it will change very frequently. If we're looking at real numbers as far as like money made by CD Projekt Red off of Cyberpunk, they're already like turning a profit off of the game.
They're already in the black.
Their
like,
cost of
good.
development is covered. Like the you know what I mean? I don't know. Like it's hard to say that they're like bleeding out money and all this like.
Well, it's not that they're
to
bleeding out money. I think the problem is that investors were promised that this was going to be something different. Like they were.
Well, see, that's another thing. This lawsuit is not going anywhere. First of all, because like they didn't lie to anybody.
They did actually. They straight up hid things. They hid things from people.
Like what though?
The console versions, which is at the least 60% of the base that's going to be buying the game.
There are lots of people like enjoying the game on console, and I definitely agree that they shouldn't have come out and say, okay, the game has gone gold. I don't think that.
Well, that wasn't the problem. The problem is that they hid it from critics. They hid footage of the game till after it was out. That's where it becomes a fraud because they lied. They made it to where critics could only show the footage that they gave them. They weren't allowed to show any footage they captured. They did not hand out codes for the console versions. They only gave out PC versions to IGN, GameSpot, all those places. And then after they gave them the console versions, after the game came out. And so
I still don't think the lawsuit's going anywhere.
We shall see.
Yeah, we definitely will.
Anyways, what you got?
Let me tell you, though. Let me tell you the real thing that everybody needs to be mad about with CD Projekt Red.
Oh,
okay?
there's more?
Let me tell you the actual... Because first of all, let me just preface this by saying I am really enjoying Cyberpunk. I'll talk about it more later.
Yeah.
But it's super duper fun, and it's, in my opinion, a great game, and I don't have very much bad to say about it.
Yeah.
But I have so much bad to say about CD Projekt Red right now, and I'm going to tell everybody why. Okay.
Uh-oh. What'd they do? Did they call you?
No. So, okay, we all remember a while back when Devotion got fucking canceled, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So, for those of you that don't know, that are listening at home, fucking communist China fucking shut down this video game. I'm dead ass.
They did, yes.
They shut down this video game called Devotion because one of the game developers left an asset in the game accidentally that was like a meme that was like of Winnie the Pooh, and their communist Chinese president was like being mocked, and they called him Winnie the Pooh or something. So
they say he looks like Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, they say he looks like Winnie the Pooh. So he got super mad and butthurt and like made them take the game down basically, and like not only made them take it down, but made them like disband sales of it all around the globe.
The globe, yeah.
Like they took it off Steam. They like went around like threatening people, you know what I mean?
And then all the Chinese cultists were just like, fuck this game.
And this is
review bombing it.
After the people who made the game took the meme out, apologized profusely about the meme. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. But anyways, so, whatever. We're used to other countries not having as much freedom as we are, whatever. But, like, they're pushing all this on us. Anyways, so fast forward a few months, you know what I mean? GOG, the storefront that's owned by CD Projekt Red, has come out, and they were like, oh, we're going to release Devotion. So everybody get hyped, and it was like one of the most wish-listed games of all time.
Everybody
was
wanted
freaking out, hyped up, and then like the Red Candle Games comes out, and they're like, we're finally getting to release our game, Devotion. We're so excited to share it with you all. And then like 30 minutes later, GOG, the store owned by CD Projekt Red, comes out with this tweet, and they're like basically saying, due to what did they say? They
said earlier today it was announced that the game Devotion is coming to GOG after receiving many messages from gamers. We have decided not to list the game in our store. No other explanation, no nothing. They didn't respond to anybody who were like, because everybody flipped shit.
Outrage on every forum. You go to anything that GOG is posting now on any of their social media platforms, and all people are saying is release Devotion. Like, fucking.
Yeah, dude. Well, first off, this shows you how much pull China has over all of our gaming industry. Like, Tencent owns major stakes in, like, you would be surprised. They own like 90% of certain companies.
And that's another thing. We're never going to get this game fucking through the Epic Game Store.
No.
This was the last fucking chance, because Tencent owns like half of the fucking Epic Game Store, or Epic in general.
Yeah, very, very close.
You know what I mean?
So they own Fortnite. They basically own like the majority shares of Fortnite.
So aside from like itch.io or something, like there's no way we're ever going to fucking get like a real release of Devotion.
And apparently it's good. I saw people like posting like how they had got it through like secret ways, and like
I want a secret way to get it.
Yeah, like I saw people and it was funny because they're being all hush hush about it, like because they're probably in China, and like they were posting about how great of a game it was, and that they really wish it could come out and get the credit that it's due, and all this stuff. And it's like, it just blows my mind how much power this communist like country has over our country.
Yeah, and it also blows my mind how little like the media, like the outlets are
they
covering
didn't say shit about it.
Or like being outraged by it. Like nobody is like outraged by this, and it's like I feel like people need to be outraged. Like this is horrible. You know what I mean? Like,
we always talk trash about Mia Jovovich, but after that thing happened with the movie, the Monster Hunter movie, where the guy made that comment. So the guy who made it is Chinese. The guy who said it is Chinese. The movie was produced by Tencent, the Chinese company.
Yeah.
And then she went on and she like said to the actor, because the actor apologized and was like, I didn't mean it in that way, and all this stuff. And Mia Jovovich was like, you know your heritage, and you know what you meant by it. You don't have to apologize to people for, what for something that you didn't mean in a specific way, and like you had no way to know that people would take it that way, like it. And I was like, all right, I like Mia Jovovich now, standing up to these fucking crazy people.
I just think more people need to stand up, especially people in her kind of position. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that have a voice, that have authority. Like, people need to really put their foot down, because this is starting to bleed over into everybody's culture. This isn't just China anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and also these poor game developers that like are stuck in this country that won't let them express their creativity, and like, I don't know, that just really bums me out. Like,
yeah. It just reminds me of whenever the dude in the interview, whenever James Franco becomes best friends with Kim Jong-un. Like, I feel like that's like the media right now. Like, they're just like, they're like palling around with them, like, it's like, oh yeah, we can't be mean, but like, I just don't get it. I really don't understand. Like,
and I'm a little disappointed in CD Projekt Red about all this, especially after they put this big fucking like, game out that's about like, corporate fucking companies taking over and shit. It's like, that's like the whole point of Cyberpunk, and it's like, you're basically just Arasaka, the fucking bad guys of Cyberpunk in real life. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I want to know, I just want to know who it was that contacted GOG or CD Projekt and threatened them, because that's what it was.
It's got to be a threat.
It was a threat, definitely. And if it wasn't a threat, it was a financial
buyout
threat
or something.
No, it was a financial threat. I guarantee you, they were like, if you put this game out, we will do everything in our power to destroy your company, basically. And it's China. So like, what are you going to do? Like, I'm sure somebody from their government contacted them, because they don't fuck around. Like, if you're going to do something that could make China look bad, they're going to fucking show up. It's pretty crazy.
I just want to make a storefront just so I can cut China off and be like,
remember how China didn't have video games till like 4 years ago?
And the world was a happier place because of it. Those little bastards.
Anyways.
No, just kidding. If you're cool in China. We like Chinese people.
We like Chinese people.
We just don't like...
But we don't like the Chinese government.
Yeah.
Fuck the Chinese government.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah. And if if you like them, fuck you too. But let's move on. That was the other thing that I had. So,
yeah, sorry, I get a little heated when I talk about that one, man.
No, wait, okay, I got one last one. So, okay, Gabe Gerwin at GameSpot, especially if you are far along in the Cyberpunk 2077 storyline, you are going to want to monitor your save file size closely. Players are reporting that their save data is being corrupted after it goes beyond 8 megabytes.
Oh.
And there isn't any way to recover the data if this happens. Players on Reddit are discovering that, at least in some instances, their save files are corrupted and unrecoverable once they reach that 8 megabyte mark. For those who have been crafting items extensively over the course of their playthrough, the file size can balloon, putting them at greater risk of having their data corrupted.
Okay, good. I haven't crafted shit.
That's good, because it isn't affecting all players, and you seem to be more likely to corrupt your data if you've crafted literally thousands of items.
Okay, good.
GOG support seemed to acknowledge that there was indeed a file size limit in a reply to a concerned player. The company said it may increase the save file size limit via a future patch, but this would not revert already corrupted save data back to a usable state. It also recommended not using any item duplication glitches and loading a save file that hasn't made use of it yet. Because you can manually save, you can potentially keep a, quote, safe save file if you don't mind the risk of losing progress and reverting back to that file.
Yeah, I read that, and I've been saving twice ever since I read that, just in case something bad happens.
Pick up one too many dildos, and then your game is just gone.
It's an insane amount of dildos in that game, dude.
Yeah, and butt plugs or whatever.
They're all over the place.
It's like more so than anything else. No, I'm just
Not even a joke, dude. There's like dildos in this drink called Nicola, and it's everywhere.
I think I saw something where they were like, yeah, we might patch out some of the dildos.
I think they did patch out some of the dildos, actually. I think the 1.05 patch might have taken...
That's probably my favorite patch that's ever happened in a video game. Yeah, we put way too many dildos in here.
Anyway. There's like a lot of sex in that game. You know what I mean? Like, it's like I don't know.
Well,
like,
it's supposed to be about the future, like a transhuman future where
Yeah.
like everybody's just fucking.
yeah,
Like,
they're definitely all fucking. I don't know.
it's
you
like
know?
more accepted in the future, like
Yeah, not hating.
I just don't understand like at what point does it become more acceptable that everybody's just fucking everyone? Like, when does that happen? Like, I like how they're like, this is the future. Everyone's just got dildos. Everyone's just fucking like slapping ass, and this is like, what? Like, I feel like people are always gonna have like the normal like communication, the normal tropes, even if like you're a man into a man or a girl into a girl or whatever. There's still like that little like, oh yeah, we got to meet and talk and like or it's a one night stand or whatever. But not every.
You still got to meet people and talk. You're not just like
No, I just feel like
come across,
that game makes it seem like everybody's just down to fuck.
Okay, so like the game puts you in situations that are like really sexual frequently, which is like
constantly.
You know what I mean? Like, so that like it is weird. I don't know. Like,
it's just unrealistic.
but it's not necessarily unrealistic. Like, some characters aren't trying to fuck. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like,
there are some characters who are just like, yeah.
Or like,
I'm not about
okay,
it.
so there are gay characters in the game that like you can't like have sex with if you're not gay. You know what I mean? Or like there are like situations in the game where like,
wait, you can choose.
I don't want to like spoil anything. You know what I mean?
Wait, can you choose whether you're gay or not?
No, but you can choose your gender. So like if you're a girl and they're a gay guy character, they're
Oh,
not
they
gonna,
won't hit on you.
Yeah, they won't like reciprocate your like advances
Gotcha.
or whatever.
Okay.
But then, if you just like want to do like the sex thing, you can go to like Jig Street, which is like the red light district, and like fucking pick up a bunch of hookers if you want. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then like there's also like relationships in the game. I don't want to like spoil anything. It's really hard for me to like tell anything.
I like how it like talking about specific sex scenarios spoils the game.
Well,
that's how intricate or like how interwoven the sexual stuff is to this game.
It is. It ties into the story so much that it's like if I were to tell you some of the things like there. Okay, so the game, I feel like the first like few hours it like hits you with lots of like just unfiltered like sex shit, and so then like later on in the game it'll act like it's gonna do more of that, and then it'll like subvert your like expectations by like having the character be like, oh wait, we shouldn't do this, or like something will happen like right before you have sex, or you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. It's funny because I always thought a game that had that much sexual stuff would just automatically be AO.
Yeah,
like
I'm surprised it's
yeah,
not.
like what?
It's got to be close, dude. They're like riding a fine line, dude. Like,
I want to know what is it that puts it over the edge? Like, why is it like? I mean, the game has gore. It has like literal like genitals, sexual intercourse.
It has like almost everything except for just like straight penetration. Like. That's like the only thing you're not seeing is like the penis going into the vagina. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So yeah, maybe that's what you got to see.
I
know,
think
like
that's the
for
line.
it to be AO.
I think that's the line at this point. I think we're at a point where it's basically like anything that would make a movie like
Into
X-rated.
a porno.
Yeah. Like, you could get away with basically anything you can do in a rated R movie these days in a game. I feel like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess Game of Thrones was pretty bad. Now that I think about it,
Yeah.
like I get what you're saying. So it's kind of like the MA, like on a TV rating.
It's definitely the most vulgar game I've ever played, as far as like curse words, fucking sex. Maybe not violence, but like
It's up there.
it's up
like
there.
some of the violence is pretty.
It's very violent at times too, for sure.
I'm not hating. I just find it really, really interesting. This is like the first time where, like, whenever I saw previews for this game, and like they talked about like the penis size and all that stuff, I always assumed it was just like you could see it through the clothes, like you would just see a bulge or something. I didn't realize they were just gonna straight up just show dicks, like, like, and then it came out and I was like, holy shit, we are in the future.
Yeah, dude.
We live in a time where you can literally just like.
See dicks.
Yeah,
virtual dicks.
And virtual vaginas.
Super realistic. Oh, yeah, dude, the vaginas are super realistic. It's really weird.
Like,
dude.
I remember BMXXX, dude, and that was, like, pushing the line back then. And it was just, like, jiggly, censored tits. Like,
and that's another thing. It's one thing to just see a vagina, but, like, when you put the vagina in, like, a weird situation that's, like, kind of sexual, you know what I mean? And you see the vagina in-game at that point, it's like, oh, my God. Like, I just saw a vagina, and these characters just had sex. It's like, that was really graphic. You
Yeah,
know what
yeah.
I mean?
It's like this is like whenever parents were afraid of kids playing GTA.
Yeah.
This is a whole nother level, dude.
If you're a parent, this is the only game you need to worry about.
That's what I'm saying. This is like a whole new like level of like kids like getting this game and then like having to hide it from their parents.
This is the first time I've ever like had a sex scene happen in a game, and I just like was instantly uncomfortable because there was other people in the room.
They're like, look at this fucking weeb over here, like, and just watching your virtual porn. No,
and
but
like they're always all the sex scenes are like really drawn out in that game. Sorry, I'll stop talking about the sex in Cyberpunk, but
I feel like that's what they want. They want people to see this and talk about it and like garner attention.
it is interesting though. Like I don't know.
Has there been any bugs during like sex scenes or somebody's head like floats through the ceiling or something?
Fortunately, not.
Just go into T-pose, like
They
just
float
fucking
off,
float
like-
away. That'd be hilarious.
Oh,
Anyways,
God.
what you got?
Okay. I won't go into too much detail, but apparently the Game Awards did way better than it did last year, probably because everybody's locked inside. But basically, 2019's Game Awards had 5.2 million live streams, and this one had 8.3 million. And that's just like the peak viewers. Like they had way more viewers than that, but at any point in time, that was the most concurrent viewers, you know what I mean, during the live stream. So
Nice.
they did a lot better this year. So good for Jeff, good for all them, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. That I mean, it makes sense though. Everybody was at home, or like, I mean, a lot of places are still quarantined. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So
true
they got
dat.
the time.
True dat.
But anyways, you keep going. I'm out of news.
Oh, okay. Popular music and podcasting streaming service Spotify is now available on the Epic Games Store as a free add-on. Listed under Spotify Music, you'll be able to easily add the app to access your curated collection of music for streaming during a gameplay session.
Isn't that like illegal though? Like streaming.
I don't think they mean like while you're streaming Twitch.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
I think they just mean you
Gotcha.
can stream your songs while you're playing the game.
I was like, damn, Epic's just trying to do everything.
Epic doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, dude. Free Fortnite. Nope.
Yeah. Or better yet, you can listen to podcasts such as GameSpeak Podcast on the platform.
Yeah, you could.
Much like the original app, Spotify can be used in a free mode, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, that's cool. If you want to play your games and listen to music, Epic Game Store, baby. Call of Duty Warzone has added Rick Astley's Never Gonna Give You Up as a track for when you honk your horn on their vehicle. So go pick that up if you like to Rit roll people. And that's all I got.
All right. Well, that's it for gaming news. We're going to jump on over to this week's releases, and guess what? There's only 2 games coming out this week, which is rare. Normally, there's like 20 games coming out.
Dude, there's not a lot of games coming out for like the next month or two, really. Like
Yeah, well, I feel like there's a lot of games coming out next week.
What, really? Oh, I
Not
guess-
not like big games, but like whenever I was looking at the upcoming games, there was at least like I think like 10 next week.
I was trying to get myself hyped about something, and I just can't find anything in the next month or two that like gets me excited. You know?
Oh yeah. Well, that's because you got Cyberpunk, dude.
Yeah, I guess so.
This week's releases, we got Super Meat Boy Forever coming to Switch and PC on December 23rd for $19.99. Super Meat Boy Forever brings Super Meat Boy back for new platforming challenges designed for simple, tactile gameplay without simplifying the grueling SMB gameplay. And then, finally, we have Omori. Coming to PC and Mac on December 25th. Couldn't find a price, but Omori is a surreal psychological horror game. You must travel between 2 worlds, both welcoming, both concealing the same secrets. I don't know what that means,
Okay.
but I don't know what the both welcoming part means, but
It's a horror game?
yeah, that's what it says. It's probably not good.
A welcoming horror game?
A welcoming horror game. Welcome to horror. No, but so that's it for this week's releases. We're going to jump on over to Games with Gold. I don't think the PlayStation games are out yet, or like not announced yet, but Games with Gold, we got Little Nightmares coming January 1st through the 31st to Xbox One.
That's a good one.
Dead Rising coming from January 16th through February 15th.
That's one of my favorites.
Oh, yeah, it's a good game. And then for the 360/1, we got The King of Fighters 13 coming January 1st through the 15th, and Breakdown.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah. So I'm
That's
actually
a classic
pretty
right there, dude. Breakdown's one of those games that's like super underrated. I feel like it's got a weird control scheme. Like when you go back and try to play it.
Oh yeah.
But if you can look past that, the like story and like graphics for the time were really good. Like
riveting, some would say.
Also, I really like the idea of having like a primarily like hand-to-hand combat-based first-person game. I don't know. It was cool.
Oh yeah.
There were guns and stuff, but like most of the time you're like punching your way through with these glowing fists. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like Kung Fu the game.
Yeah.
Dude. That's pretty cool. But yeah, that's coming January 16th through the 31st. And that's it for games with gold. Let's jump on over to currently playing. Brent, what are you playing?
I'm playing Cyberpunk still.
Are you still like enjoying it, or like?
Yeah.
Have you beat it?
I'm gotten to the point where I'm fucking obsessed with Cyberpunk.
Nice.
Like it's got this air of mystery about it. Like the first time I played Mass Effect, you know what I mean? It's drawn me in that much. You know what I mean?
I've heard the game's kind of shallow. Like, is this true coming from you? Would you say that the skill trees and stuff are kind of shallow? Like
no.
from what I've heard from like critics and stuff, and not necessarily critics, but people who work for IGN and stuff. I listen to their podcasts, and some of them were saying how like the game has a lot of stuff to do, but none of it's ever deep. They were saying like the skill trees and stuff, like you can put a bunch into stealth, but it doesn't really matter because like you could just turn around and just blow everyone away if you wanted to, and there's no real repercussion.
Not if you're playing on a harder difficulty. That's not true.
So are you playing on a harder difficulty?
No.
Okay. So
I like to blow everybody away.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if you are playing, I did turn it up just a little bit just for fun. Like I like to crank it up like every now and then just to like see what it's like. You know,
Yeah.
I want to like explore every facet of the game. And like, first of all, it's one of those games where your missions are like stay the same level as you level up. So like sometimes a mission will be way too high level for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you really want to challenge, you could go do like a super high level mission or something. You know what I mean?
Well, that's not what they were saying. They were saying like how it's just like there's no repercussions to not doing something, or like to doing one thing over another thing.
There's a lot of repercussions. Like if you don't have, if your operating system on your fucking head, like in your head, isn't the right operating system, then you can't even hack in the game, and that closes off like entire missions to you. Like if you have to go to like a doctor in the game and have them like surgically like replace your fucking like core in your brain or whatever so you can like hack. There's all kinds of weird stuff like that, like that it makes it super effective. And then there's like rooms you can't get in. Like for example, I'm stuck on this one quest right now because my tech skill is only level 7, and I need a level 8 tech skill to get through a door. Like that's basically, as far as I'm aware, it's the only door like you can go through to progress this quest. You know
really?
what I mean? Yeah. So I mean, like, there's
See, I like that. Then I think they probably weren't far enough or something.
I think so too. I think a lot of people weren't far enough when they did their review, to be honest with you, because okay, I will say this. I've almost like I got to a point in the main story, and this happens in a lot of games where it's like, you know, if you go past this point, it's the point of no return. You know, like this mission, no turning back after this mission, so do everything you got to do. So I'm at that point in the game. I don't know what's going to happen. I've been avoiding spoilers, you know what I mean? But I'm going around and I'm trying to do all the side quests I can do, okay?
Yeah.
And so most of the side quest chains are really good, okay? Some are deeper than others. Like some you go and like it's just like you'll be sitting in a diner and the diner will get robbed and like you'll have to like talk your way out of the situation, which by the way, I'm like a fucking I've leveled up my power all the way, like my strength ability, like all the way to level 20. So now anytime anybody says anything to me, I just do my level 20 like intimidation thing. And they just like instantly back down no matter what the situation is. There's like 100 dudes all surrounding me on the rooftops and stuff, and I'm just like, look at you. Look at me. You really think you're walking out of here alive? They're just like, I guess he's right, guys. We gotta go. You know, I talk my way out of almost every situation just by like talking shit. You know what I mean?
Damn.
But no, some of the missions are really short and sweet, and some are like really deep, and some lead you to characters that like lead you to chains of missions. Like I don't know, man. It's crazy. I've only found 2 sets of missions that I'm not like super fond of. One is one where you go around the city. They're, like the 2 collectathon missions, I'm not too like fond of. I don't really like the one where you go around and you try to collect all the cars, and I don't like the one where you go around and you try to collect all the tarot card graffiti on the wall. They're both just kind of like basic filler quests.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And then there's lots of little filler quests all over the map where you can earn money that are called gigs. You know what I mean? The gigs are all rinse and repeat, like little money quests. You know what I mean?
Just to make some cash.
But then there's also like the side biz, which is like basically just hundreds of missions scattered around the map that are like, you know, maybe not hundreds, but like at least 800 like really fleshed out side quests. You know what I mean? But I'm almost done with what I think is most of the side quests. You know what I mean?
Really?
Yeah, I'm about 60 hours into the game right now. And I think I've done most of the like substantial shit with like a handful of exceptions. You know what I mean? And I'm trying to do as much as I can as far as the side like biz goes. You know what I mean? Before I like do the mission that's supposed to close it out. You know what I mean?
I wonder if the game like doesn't let you go back in after you beat it, or if it's gonna let you like continue to exist in that world after you.
That's kind of what I'm worried about. So that's why I'm trying to do everything before I like do that mission. You know what I mean?
That's gonna suck if you did all the side quests and then you do this last thing and it lets you continue to be in that world and then you just have nothing to do.
Yeah, I'm really hoping it'll if that's the case, it'll give me like a whole new host of side quests. Cause like, I don't know, man. There's definitely something I haven't done yet. You know, cause like you have your little bars at the top that tell you these percentages, and I don't really understand what they mean. I know one of them is tied to my street cred. And I don't want to spoil the other 2 for you know, story reasons, but I've got one of my like percentages at like 90%, and then one at 60%, and one at 40%, and that doesn't seem high enough to me. I think that there's more missions I'm gonna get to do or something. You know, I don't know.
Hopefully so.
But I'm trying to do as much like everything, basically everything, before I go on that last mission. So next week I will have the final verdict for you. Although I will say, I think that guy who played for 175 hours is bullshitting. You know what I mean? Like,
really?
Unless he just creeped around on foot, like
he did say he was playing really slowly and checking like every room and
like really slowly.
Yeah, because you haven't even hit 70. You haven't even hit like 100 hours and less than that.
Yeah, I mean, I will say if you gave me another like 10 to 20 hours, I feel like I could go clear the map of all the like little.
That's actually unfortunate.
Gigs,
I was really hoping it was going to be like insurmountable. Like,
I really wanted the main story to be longer. You know,
I don't care about the main thing. Like I care about it, but I'm actually more excited to just go around the world and like do all the side quests and like, you know, figure out.
I mean,
like,
you will have at least 6 if you do all the side quests and stuff like I'm doing. You'll have at least 60 to 70 hours of like solid, you know, gameplay. Like, I've been playing like 3 to 4 hours a day. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and it's one of those games like Persona where you don't feel like it just time just snaps by as soon as you start playing it. Like I zone into it and I just like immediately it's like 6 a.m. I'm like, what the fuck happened? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm hoping I get the same feel as like Fallout.
It took a while, man. It took me like a couple days before it sucked me in, but once it really got me, like I was into it, it.
Well, what else have you been playing? We've been talking about a lot
That's
of
literally all I've been playing.
Okay.
Oh, also, before I stop talking about it, there's this fucking hilarious glitch in the game where, like, early in the game, there's this mission where you have to rescue this guy named Huangbo or whatever. And, like, he has been following me around, like, ever since that mission. Somehow the mission glitched, and he never, like, stopped following me.
What the fuck?
And so, like I can fast travel, and then he'll, like, walk across the city to, like, try to get to me. So, like, I'll try to fast travel as far away from Huangbo as I can. And, like, sometimes I'll just be, like, in the middle of a mission, and he'll, like, run in the room really fast.
Can you kill him?
No, I've tried, dude. I've tried to kill Huangbo. Like, he won't die. And like
What
I
the,
thought
he get shot? Does he help you in the missions?
No, he doesn't do shit. He just like hides whenever like the gunfights start, and then he pops back up in the middle of like the fucking cutscenes and shit. He's the worst. And like sometimes you'll be driving like 60 miles an hour, and
you look outside and he's right there.
and your door will open, and Huangbo will somehow just be like appear like climbing into your car, like.
Dude, that's actually terrifying.
It's really funny.
What if they...
And like the more I play the game, like the later the late game gets, the more he like moves like erratically. I don't know, like he starts moving really fast, like randomly. Like,
what if you started like seeing him in real life, like like you're walking outside and you see a guy that looks just like
fucking
you see him out of the corner of your eye and you like look and he's not there, but then like slowly more and more like you're like in the bathroom like washing your face and you look in the mirror and he's behind you. Huangbo just like comes out of the game. They're like, we've had the worst case of a bug ever. He's now exited the game. No, but
he's left the game entirely.
He's exited the Matrix. Now lives in your house. But so anyways, I've been playing some more of Dragon Quest. I'm enjoying it. I played a little bit more of Fallout, but playing these two RPGs has really inspired me to begin making my own RPG. So I got RPG Maker MV, which normally is like $80, but I went on G2A and got it for $35.
Hey, G2A goes hard.
It does. And I just really wanted to get creative and like, put some time into something. And I just been watching videos on like how to use RPG Maker MV, and I'm getting a pretty good grasp of it. Like
I
I'm
saw
having
a little
fun.
bit of your game, and it's looking really good.
I appreciate it. Yeah, like I
can't wait for people to try it.
Yeah, dude. Eventually, I want to put it out. Like, obviously, it's gonna be free. Just like I'm just using the base assets. Obviously, I'm gonna have to get some new tile sets and stuff because there's no like. If I want to make like a lava level or like a lava town or something, like I'm not going to be able to do that because they don't have any of that in the base assets. But it's cool because you can go online and people just have free assets for the game that you can just plug in and use the tiles and stuff like that. But I'm getting I'm getting the hang of like creating NPCs and like creating dialogue and stuff like that. But what I want to do is build out like a huge world and then just kind of tell a story in that world. Like I imagine by the time I get done building out the world, I'll have an idea of what I want to do with it. Like, like I want to create like certain towns that are like, like just create lore for it, like it's like, oh, this town is actually full of, I don't know, children like that, they like in Fallout, like how they have like the place where like the kids live and like, they're like no adults or whatever. Like I want to create something cool like that, like just get really creative with it and see if maybe Brent can help me with some story stuff whenever I get to that point. But it's gonna be a long time in the making because I'm just like having fun with it. Like it feels really good to be able to create something and just like the limits are just like whatever you make it, like if you are like, oh, I can't do that, then you won't be able to do it. But if you are like, I'm going to make this fucking work, you can figure it out. There's a way to make everything work in that. You can make 2D action RPGs, straight up RPGs. I've seen people do like first person, like fighting and stuff like that. That's pretty cool. Anyways, been playing.
Can't wait to play your finished product.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah. Anyways, also been playing Call of Duty Warzone, and now that the Cold War update has dropped, and been playing the Rebirth Island, which is just like it's like a close quarters. It's you drop in. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, I'm just really enjoying it. It's a lot of fun. Paranormal was saying it sounds dope. But yeah, so on the Call of Duty,
how you liking it?
It's really good. I don't like some of the weapons. There's like a Pellington sniper rifle that they've been putting on like the ground weapons. It's the worst sniper in the world. Like if you want to aim like 5 feet to the left of somebody, you're more likely to hit them than if you actually aim at their head. Devin, who's not here today, was playing with me. Me and Devin got a dub on our second match together. It was me, him, my boy Anthony, and Hans, and basically we dropped into Warzone and he got downed, or he was killed in Gulag. So he was watching my screen, and I was talking mad shit about the Pellington, and everyone was like, "No, it's not that bad. It's not that bad." And so he's watching me play, and I zoom in on this guy, right on his head. He's like maybe like 100 meters off. I shoot this guy in the head, and it just breaks his armor. Like, like Devin was like, "Oh, you were not fucking lying." But like, it's
that's fucked up.
I think it's kind of bugged, like, because sometimes it'll work, sometimes it won't. So. But
they probably just don't want people just like icing everybody with the snipers. You know what I mean? Like,
but that's bullshit, because the HDR still, and most snipers are, well, you hit the head and they drop. It's a down, not a kill, but it downs them. And so, but anyways, I have 8 dubs on Rebirth Island already.
Nice.
Yeah, me and Aaron. So you can only play it in trios. Me and Aaron got a dub on, like, with 2 people. Like, it was just me and him on our team. Like, we were like, all right, we're not going to fill it in for a third person. And we took on the whole game with just us 2 and fucking came out on top with the dub. But yeah, 8 dubs in 2 days. That's just been going ham on that, dude.
Man, I need to free up a little hard drive space so I can try that shit out, you know?
Oh, yeah, dude. You got to join us.
Clear up a day of my schedule so I can download that bitch.
Yeah, clear up a good week or 2.
A week, yeah.
It'll be fun, man. Anyways, that's it. That's all we've been playing. If you guys want to let us know what you've been playing, Paranormal, you could drop it in the stream chat, and people who are listening to the audio version, join us in the Facebook group at facebook.com/group/GameSpeakPodcast, and we'll talk with you about it there. Anyways, we're going to jump on over to the topic of the show. Today's topic of the show is a very weird topic. Wait, hold on. Before we get into it, though, Paranormal says he's been playing Oculus Quest 2 Population 1.
Oh, bro, Pop 1 is my shit. We got to team up. Oh, we got to team up, dude.
Yeah, Brent's been playing Pop 1 for a while. He's been talking about it for a while.
You want to talk about some dubs, bro? You know what I'm saying? We get some fucking dubs, dude.
Oh, man.
Real talk.
Yeah,
That's my shit. I heard they added some new shit in there, too. Oh, man.
What do they even call the gamer tag on the Oculus Quest? What is that called?
It's just like just your
friend
name,
tag,
I guess.
Drop your friend tag so Brent can add you. He'll play some Pop
I will
1 with you.
definitely play with you. Oh, you've been playing bot mode?
Oh.
That's okay. Most of the people on there suck worse than the bots, so you're
Everyone's
probably
a bot.
really good, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
The bots are fucking terrifying in that game to me for some reason with their like weird little heads. I don't know. Anyways.
So today's topic of the show, like I said, it's something very specific for the time of the year. Hopefully this you guys will hear this before you buy gifts for people. But it's gifts for the gamer in your life, which sounds romantic, but it could mean for anybody. It could be your dad might be a gamer and you're just listening to this because you need ideas or whatever. But so mine, I tried to make them somewhat affordable, and then some of them that aren't that affordable, just in case it's like somebody you're willing to drop a good hundo or two hundo on.
See, literally all of mine are over a hundo. You know what I mean?
See,
this is like the main gift for the main person.
For the main
You know what I'm saying?
You know how there's always that main person at Christmas that everybody just gets the best gift for? No, just no.
Exactly.
But I wanted to make sure I put some affordable stuff on here. Some good stuff, too, especially if you're like somebody who's not too familiar with gaming and like just wants to, have some shit. But anyways, let's start this off. My first thing is Xbox Game Pass. Right now on Amazon, you can get 3 months for, I believe, $1. Or it might not be on Amazon. I think Xbox is doing that through their through Xbox. You can pay for Game Pass for $1 will get you 3 months, and I think it's some deal they're doing for Christmas. But also on Amazon, they're doing it for 3 months for up to 30% off.
And that's a cool thing to get, not just for, your friends with an Xbox, but also your friends with an Android phone.
Or a PC.
Yeah.
Or all three.
Or all three, especially all three.
So it comes with hundreds of great games. And whenever I say great, these are great games. There's a lot of great games, not just bullshit. You got a bunch of Bethesda games. Even on PC now, you can play Doom Eternal on it. It's more bang than it is buck. That's what makes this so good, is that there's so much good stuff and things that maybe you didn't, or like the gamer in your life didn't want to spend money on because it was like, I don't know if I'll like that. It's probably on there, and they'll play it, and not have to worry about spending the $40 or $60 on the game.
Yeah,
And
you're guaranteed to find something you didn't know about that you're gonna love.
Oh yeah,
too.
And it's got all of EA Play on there. So like you got Squadrons, you got Jedi
Wars,
Fallen Order,
all the good Star Wars stuff recently coming out, like the Battlefront games.
Burnout Paradise remastered. Oh yeah, there are lots of good stuff. Anyways, Brent, what do you got? Well, that was my first thing.
That's a good one. So okay. Obviously, you got a gamer in your life, you're going to want to get him one of the new consoles, you know what I mean? But let's say they already got themselves a new console.
Yeah, say they did
this.
this.
Let's say they've already went out, purchased one of these PS5s,
somehow.
Xbox Series X's, you know what I mean? You got to think, do these people have a 4K TV? And if so, I mean, if not, they're missing out on, like, the real experience here.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I feel like, so look at these people. Get them a dang 4K TV, You can find, like, 70-inch 4K TVs for, like, $400 these days. Like, the price has really gone down.
Check the refresh rate, though.
Yeah. You want
at least 60 hertz.
Well, I think generally most TVs run, like, 60. You know what I mean? That's kind of like the going refresh rate, you know what I mean?
But I feel like a lot of people don't pay attention to that.
No, yeah.
It's like like minimum you want 60 hertz. If you can find something for more than 60 hertz, cool. Like go for that. If,
I would
if you
go
can
for
afford
something
it.
that's like 60 or like 120. I wouldn't go for any odd numbers like.
Well, most TVs like they have like their own system where they call it like super, they don't even call it like refresh rate on TVs most of the time. It'll be like 120 on a TV is 240. Like it's weird, like the way they have it set up. So like if it says 240, it's actually 120, and then if it's around 120, then it's actually 60. It's super confusing. When I went and bought my 4K TV, and like the guy had to explain it all to me because each brand has their own naming system for hertz.
Yeah.
Which is like fucking stupid.
And another thing, a lot of people might consider buying like a computer monitor or something if you're getting an Xbox One S, you know what I mean? Because of the 1440p. And if you're looking at computer monitors, you also have to think about like, monitors that are like 144 hertz or like 75 hertz or, I don't know. You just got to be careful with what you're buying.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Just be a little careful. And then, so let's see. If you got some cash, whether your person is playing Xbox or PC, you can't pass on the Xbox Elite controller. It's highly customizable, competitive controller with paddles on the back for quicker, more efficient button pressing. It's great for like, if they like to play with a gamepad on PC and they're still playing with like a DualShock 4 or like a Xbox One controller, get them the Elite.
Or if you got an Android phone and you just got Game Pass as your gift.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
Definitely.
The Elite controllers are sick. That was actually on my list, too. I feel like you almost have to include it. Because it's one of those things you'd never buy for yourself. You know what I mean? But if you're given it as a gift, it would be like your most prized possession. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, and it's a bit
they're
pricey.
expensive. I've seen them priced at like $175 on Amazon.
Yeah.
And that's the Series 2. So like the Series 2 Elite controller is going to have the little share button on it like the...
it's
modern,
like the Series X.
Yeah, the Series X
controllers. But there you can still get the Series 1 version of it, which is
significantly cheaper price.
And it's basically the same thing.
Yeah, and it's a great controller, especially if you're playing on PC or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Now, if they have a Series X, then sure, they're probably going to want the next gen version of it. Yeah. But if they're just playing on PC, just get them the original series of it. It doesn't matter. They don't need the share button on PC.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's going to feel just as good. But anyways, yeah, so that's my other gift there.
Okay. So I think, I'll stop saying the obvious ones after this. But if you got a PC, player in your life, you got to check out these 30 series graphics cards. If you could manage to get a 30 series graphics card for the PC gamer in your life, they would freak out. And it doesn't even matter which one, you know? And they're cheaper than most other graphics cards. So if you could get your hands on like a 3070, it would only be like $500.
Even a 3060, I feel like
3060 would be a step up for almost anybody.
But we gotta think about like realistically. If you're buying this for like your brother or something, you're not gonna go $1,200 for him. So the 3060 is probably your best bet.
Yeah, 3060 would be the most realistic like gift. 3070 if it's like your kid.
Yeah, if it's your kid,
if it's
you
like
got
somebody
that money.
you actually care about.
Yeah.
Your girlfriend or something.
But like for the same price of a next gen console, you could get a 3060. So like if they're more PC than they are, a console gamer, just go for that.
Which is kind of crazy because the next gen consoles are only going to perform a little worse than the 3060 Ti, just a little bit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
but it's also not RT. It's not NVIDIA for the consoles, so that's probably why.
True.
The ray tracing on the NVIDIA is like optimized and like beautiful.
It is much better for sure.
Yeah. Anyways, so say they already have a console or a PC, but you want to drop a good amount on them. Every gamer needs a good headset. The SteelSeries Arctis 9 is a dope headset. Devin, if he was here, could attest to this, but he's not here. And he's fired. No, but it's wireless, or you can use it wired via a 3.5 millimeter jack, and its battery life lasts around 20 hours.
Oh, that's nice.
But also can charge via USB while you continue to play. So it has a noise-canceling microphone, comfortable, durable, and provides 7.1 surround sound for games that offer, positional audio. So that's gonna be the best of the best right there. Obviously, there's cheaper options. Like you can get a good headset for around $50. But
Definitely.
like if you want to go all out, I would say get the SteelSeries Arctis 9. You're looking at like $200 though for that.
And that's one of those things that's like, again, it's like the Xbox controller. It's like you'd probably be fine with the $50 one, but like you stick that $200 one on your head, you're going to notice the difference. You're going to feel the difference in the game. You're going to hear the footsteps over there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. That 7.1, man, you're gonna hear them behind you, like inside you. No, I'm just kidding.
It's a great gift because it's like one of those things that you don't want to buy for yourself. You don't want to spend that much money on for yourself. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm. As I've gotten older, I found that the gifts that I look forward to and enjoy the most are the ones of things that I would never spend money on myself, but have always been interested in having.
Yeah.
It's like little things like if I had $200 to blow, I'm not buying a headset. I'm gonna save another $100 and buy an Oculus.
Yeah.
Or
buy some games or something more practical than that. Yeah.
Buy something that like is more meaty and can be used right then and there. Now, if somebody bought me a headset, like Hans gave me his headset, and it's fucking amazing.
Yeah, I got a hand-me-down Turtle Beach back in the day, and it was my go-to headset for a long time.
Yeah, dude, and that like I will not turn down an awesome gift. Obviously, I never would turn down a gift, but like I'm just saying, like I'll actually like love that gift. I found like. Whenever people give me things like, last year I got a bunch of Switch games, like a bunch of games that I would have never paid for.
Yeah.
And it was just awesome, dude, because I'm like, dude, I've been wanting to play this, but I was never planning on spending money on it.
Dude, yeah, for real.
And
Switch games are so damn expensive. It's just when you get one, it's like, oh, this is a treasure.
Oh,
right
yeah,
here,
dude. Anyways, what else you got?
Okay. To go with your headset, you could get a Secret Lab gaming chair.
Ooh.
Now, these are expensive, okay? These are going to run you like $400.
Holy shit.
So, like, way more expensive than your average gaming chair. But we're talking top of the line here, okay? This is like the best gaming chair you're going to get. You know what
this
I
is
mean?
gonna be the softest fucking seat you've ever sat in.
Got the aerodynamics, bro.
Yeah, in case
the
you fall
swivel
down the
action,
stairs,
you
like,
know what I mean?
like it's probably ergonomical. You know, I
Yeah.
imagine your back feels great after sitting for hours in it.
You will be a better gamer if you. No,
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
It actually corrects your posture, you know, like while you're playing it. Doctors recommend that you sit in it, even if you don't game. No, no, I don't know anything about that. I've never been one to get a gamer chair, but like, you know, that's just me. I know a lot of people that are serious about it. Like my boy Brian, Brian Moctezuma, he's normally watching. He's been looking for a gamer chair recently, so obviously he's not spending $400. He's looking for like a $200 one.
No, and you could probably get a good chair for like $100, $200. But if you want that cream of the crop, tip of the top, you know,
that's it.
That's it.
Okay, so if your gamer is a Switch player, a gift card is the best route. Switch always has great deals on amazing indie titles like Bastion, Celeste, and Dead Cells. They could get an amazing amount of content with only $50, like a Nintendo gift card. So if you guys have a budget, you're like, I can only spend $50 on this person, or even less, even $25, you can probably get close to 4 or 5 games on the NES Online Store. Obviously, they're all going to be indie titles, but some of the best indie games are out on Switch. You know,
I love buying digitally on Switch too because you get
too.
those like gold coins that you can redeem later for like
like
real
discounts.
Discounts on your games.
Yeah, and I can tell you the best place to play most of these indie games are on Switch. Like it just feels right. Like
except Cuphead. I think I would rather play Cuphead on anything other than Switch.
That's just because of the frame rate.
And well, just because it's so fucking hard and the little fucking sticks on the Switch are
They're
hard as
horrible.
fuck.
Yeah, no, but a lot of the like 2D, you know, the 8-bit and looking old school indie titles are a lot better on Switch just because it feels like they're at home on Switch. You know what I'm
what's
saying?
my favorite one to play on Switch?
What's that?
Final Fantasy VII.
Oh, yeah,
I don't know why, but it feels so good on Switch, just taking it wherever you want. It's a great one to have on the road with you. It's
yeah.
Oh, man.
All the Final Fantasies are great on Switch. Like Final Fantasy 9.
Oh, yeah.
All of those, man. I love it. But yeah, so that's what I've got for Switch players.
The old Resident Evil games play really good on Switch, too.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay. So we kind of mentioned it briefly earlier, but you might as well just grab an Oculus Quest 2 and stick it under the tree right about now. You know what I'm saying?
Even if not for you. I mean, even if not for your kids, for you.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
Like,
get it for your kids, but really get it for you.
Yeah, that's I actually saw like an ad for the Oculus Quest 2 earlier on Facebook, and I went to the comments on it. And some guy was like, I'm 56 and I bought this for my kids and I seem to be the only one using it. He's like, I can't believe that games are like this now. Like, you know, like it's cool to see like older people.
I have noticed that it's pretty popular among like the 30 plus age group.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
because we're at the point to where we have to face our reality. You know, like kids kids going
we
out,
want a virtual one.
Yeah, kids go outside still and like their life is like a video game. You know, like they just skateboard and fucking, you know, like make music and hang out with their friends and go to school. We have to we just go to work. We wake up, we go to work, we come home. We wake up, go to work, come home. It's good to have that VR to break you out of the matrix and put you into another matrix. You know.
I also think the idea of getting exercise while you play a video game is way more appealing to an adult than a kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. I agree with that. Anyways, next thing that I got on the list is for the PlayStation lover and the Sony pony in your family. There's the PlayStation Icons Lite. It's powered by battery or USB for any streamer or gaming content creator that you may know. I think this is a good thing because...
What is it?
So it's like it's literally like a little display that has like the X, triangle, the square, and the O, and they all light up like with their respective colors. And
that's fun.
Yeah, and it's like a lot of gamers, it's like LED lit up, you know. So like a lot of gamers have this in or streamers, I mean, put this behind them when they're playing and stuff. So like I've noticed that it's about like $40, but if you have somebody, in your family that's trying to start up a Twitch channel and they need some backdrop lights and stuff like that, this is a good thing to have.
Yeah.
I think it'll make their set look a lot cooler.
Yeah, it sounds cool. Sounds like it'd make a cool like nightlight too, even if you weren't like a streamer. You could probably still display it in a cool way in your house,
Oh yeah, definitely. It'll keep the monsters out. You know what I'm saying? You just turn that baby on at night. Yeah. No monster's gonna fuck with you, and you got the sacred symbols.
That's exactly what it is.
You know what I'm saying? Anyways.
So this one is not practical and probably not realistic for a while, but I gotta say it because it's fucking dope, and I saw a video about it this week. You can get some tickets to Universal Studios Japan and go to Mario World fucking in Japan.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You just got to pay for the tickets to Japan.
Now, the tickets to Japan might be a little expensive.
It's like $1,600 for round-trip tickets.
But the actual tickets to Universal aren't that bad once you're in Japan.
Or you could just wait if you're in America and go to the Universal Studios in Florida one that they're going to open this year.
I don't know. Are they opening it this year?
Yeah, apparently it's like they're going to be, or they're starting to build it out this year. So I imagine by the end of this year it'll be there. Then you can just pay the price for the Universal Studios, like if you can't afford to go to Japan.
But if you're lucky enough to be in Japan right now, that shit looks like incredibly fun.
Oh yeah, dude.
And I saw like that. Did you watch the video of
Shigeru
Miyamoto walking around?
Yeah.
Really, really cool stuff. It looks like a good time. I want to collect the keys. I want to fight Bowser. I want to go through the underground maze. I'm all about that shit.
I just want to go to Japan. That is a gift enough in itself for me.
For real. And that's another thing. If you get Universal tickets in Japan, you're not just getting Mario World. You're getting like Harry Potter World, a bunch of other cool shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude.
So
all in Japan. No, but that'd be cool. Okay, so my final gift here. As you can see, I tried to get a little out of the box with it. So let's hop up in the box with a Fallout strategy board game.
Oh.
So Fallout, I took the description of the game. So Fallout strategy board game is a post-nuclear adventure board game for 1 to 4 players. So you can play this by yourself. So like if you know someone who's just really into games and RPGs and they don't have many friends, this is the thing to get them. So based on the hit video game series by Bethesda Softworks.
I want to play a board game by myself.
Yeah, dude.
Is that like sad of me to want to try it
to
play this by myself?
I really want it too. I put it on my wish list. So each Fallout scenario is inspired by a familiar story from the franchise.
Ah, fun.
Yeah, survivors begin the game on the edge of an unexplored landscape, uncertain of what awaits them in this unfamiliar world.
Dope.
With just one objective to guide them from the very beginning, each player must explore the hidden map, fight ferocious enemies, and build the skills of their survivor as they attempt to complete challenging quests and balance feuding factions within the game. As they advance their survivors' stories, players will come across new quests and individual goals, leading them to gain influence. Who comes out ahead will depend on how keenly and aggressively each player ventures through the game. However, if a single faction is pushed to power too quickly, the wasteland will be taken for their own, and the survivors conquered along with it. It offers boundless opportunities for player choice and character customization. Players explore the wasteland, fight enemies, and complete quests to level up their survivor. And then it says it's modular board arrangements and branching quests allow for endless replayability. Includes 4 scenarios based on the storylines of Fallout 3 and Fallout 4.
Wow, dope.
Yeah, so it sounds deep.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of game for your buck there. Like, it sounds like you're really playing a Fallout game, just like
on a board game.
And
imagine like playing it with like your friends. Like it sounds like D&D or some shit.
Fallout
like
76. No, I'm
yeah.
just kidding.
But I imagine it, like if you have friends who like to play tabletop games and stuff like that, or maybe they're interested in getting into tabletop games, this might be a good spot. Especially for someone who's like a gamer naturally and just kind of wants to move into that. This was like my I seriously I put it on my wish list. I was like, and it's only like $40.
That sounds really cool, dude.
Yeah, and there's like DLC. Or like expansion packs with it.
That's so fun.
Yeah,
I would play that. If you ever get this, I'm playing with you.
Oh, yeah, dude. It takes a long time to play. Like, I was reading the reviews.
Set it up.
It's got it's like a 5 out of 5 on Amazon and stuff, like out of like hundreds of reviews. Yeah, it's like up there. And like people are saying how like it takes like 2 hours to go through the rule book, but once you get it, then like the game is like super fun and super deep. So like obviously you'd want somebody who knows what they're doing
to show you.
Yeah,
play a few single player games before you go play with your friends.
Yes, that way it's a lot easier. Anyways, but yeah, that was the last gift for me. What you got?
Man, that's cool. But not as cool as arcade 1-Up's 1-Up machine. Have you seen these?
At Walmart?
The arcade machines? Yeah, they have them at Walmart. They're like $500. Okay.
Holy shit.
But they're fucking legit. Okay. They're like arcade machines.
Yeah, they're dwarf arcade machines.
Yeah. If you go on their website, they have their newest one is the big buck hunter one with like the shotguns. It's got the 2 plastic shotguns, and you like shoot the little deer on the screen and the ducks with the mini game and stuff. Man, dude, I want it so bad. But they also have like pinball and Mortal Kombat and Pac-Man and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and like so many more arcade game classics that you got to check it out.
Yeah, if your wife or husband has a gamer fucking, like what do they call it? Like a fucking cave of games, like a lounge area, the gamer cave. This would go perfect in there.
Dude, that would go more than perfect. Or even like just an area in the house where you had like a bar kind of setup going on. It would look so good. And that's another thing. Arcade 1-Up makes cheaper bar top arcade machines that like aren't full size cabinets, but they'll just sit on the bar top and like you could play a game.
That's tight.
Okay, my last 2 though. I'll give you the last 2 real quick, real fast.
Okay.
Fancy custom lightsabers. Okay, let me just throw that out there. You can never go wrong with fancy custom lightsabers.
That's true. You can't.
They're all over the internet. They're all dope as shit. Fancy custom lightsabers, and an external SSD.
Yeah, very important.
You can't go wrong with an external SSD. You can gift them to last generation gamers and have them speed up their load times on the original Xboxes and stuff. Or you can gift them to like PC players who need extra storage space. Or you can just gift them to whoever the fuck. Everybody can use an SSD.
Yeah, I mean, I think Series X can use external SSDs.
Yeah, I think so, but you have to. Okay, so with the newer consoles, like if you want to hold newer games, I think you have to have like an NVMe or better, which is like,
No, I think
that next shit on the SSDs. You know what I mean?
That's only on PS5, I thought.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe so.
I think on the Series X you can continue to use just like you did on the last generation.
Oh, okay, cool.
I mean, they're still expensive, but I'm not sure. I could be wrong. Who knows? We'll have to look into that later, but don't take my word for it.
Oh my God.
Anyways,
I forgot to get a fact this week. I knew I was forgetting something last night. I just looked and I was like, man.
It's all right. It's all right. We don't have to do a fact every week, but next week. No, we'll do 2 next week.
Yeah, I'll double up on the facts next week.
Let's jump on over to not listener questions. The People's Champ. We got to pick a champion first before we go into listener questions.
Yes.
Yeah. So these are questions written in by the listeners, and if you wrote the best question, you become this week's People's Champ. Brent, who is that person this week?
I'm going to give it to Philip this week. Philip Watson Dean. He says, what's your favorite video game you ever played that came out of a cereal box? And the reason I'm giving this to you, Philip, is because
there's only one game.
There's only one game. And I think you already know what game that is.
Yep.
Okay? I think we all know what game that is. The undisputed
Fruit Loops, the game. No, I'm just
undeniable king of the fucking
Cereal.
Doom ripoffs. Fucking Chex Quest, baby.
Chex Quest.
Chex Quest. One of the best fucking fake games ever made.
Yeah, but what about the Serious Sam knockoff, Toucan Sam?
Are you serious?
No, I'm just kidding.
I was like, holy shit.
This is Serious Toucan Sam. Yeah. All right. Anyways.
Duke Nukem with Count Chocula. Just fucking. All right. Yeah. Thanks, Philip. Good question.
Good People's Champ question. What about the listener questions, Brent? We got any questions over there?
Yeah. Let's see what I got here. Oh, man. we got Barrett here. He
Who?
says, Barrett.
Oh, Barrett. I thought you said Barry. I was like, who's Barry?
We got Barry. And we got Barrett here. He says, if you were to be trapped in a video game for a year.
Okay, 1 year.
And all the rules of the game applied to you, which game?
Well, that's tough because if all the rules of a game applied, that means you could die.
Dead or Alive, Extreme Beach Volleyball.
All the rules apply. You just have big jiggly tits, like
Yeah,
you just
dude.
bounce around. No,
Obviously.
I mean, can you even play as a guy in that game? Like, or because that's part
That's
of
not the rules here, okay?
that is part of the rules because you're in the game, so you got to play by the rules. Or maybe your balls
you're
just
just like-
become super bouncy.
You could be like
physics.
an NPC or something, you know what I mean?
You're just one of the guys on the sideline for a
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
Just like, yeah.
It could be worse.
That could be. You're right. Okay, so all right, that's your pick.
Mario Kart might be kind of fun too, but after a year that would get really
Yeah,
old.
you'd be driving off of cliffs to kill yourself. I'm gonna say, if I had to live in a game, dude, that'd be so tough for a year. Oh man, probably Animal Crossing.
Cyberpunk might not be too bad. At least there's lots of sex. No, I'm
Yeah,
just kidding.
lots of dildos. No, I'd go Animal Crossing just because it'd be like the perfect world to live in. Like everybody's your friend. It's so wholesome. You
that
know.
might drive me insane after
Well,
a year.
yeah, and then you just go on a fucking rampage in the game. Yeah, but yeah, I think that'd be a nice place to live. Especially like you could deck out your your museum and stuff like that, and then after they put in like the DLC and stuff, like there's always something new to do. Like Christmas comes around, Thanksgiving, you can enjoy like a whole year with your family in that game, and then just ditch and never come back, and then roaches take over and like all that stuff. It's pretty cool.
You could do The Sims. That would be like similar to real life, you know?
Yeah, except for everybody just pisses themselves.
Yeah.
If real life
like
was a bunch of idiots that couldn't
That piss
fucking
themselves
talk.
all the time.
Yeah, they're just like
I think I would pick Sims though.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
a bunch of people walking around and just like eating, good food
and then
and like
you
doing random miscellaneous things like playing on the computer and
yeah, it's a
you
good
know
call.
playing guitar and stuff.
People stealing your babies and stuff.
Yeah, you get robbed way more than your average life. You know.
For sure. All right, what else we got? Is that it?
Now let's see what else we got here. We got Jason here. He says, what is your best Christmas gaming memory? Like a gift you received on Christmas or just a gaming experience on Christmas Day that you remembered?
I think I might have mentioned both of these before, but two of my favorite Christmas memories. One of them was getting my Game Boy Color in a stocking.
Oh, wow. In your stocking?
In my stocking.
That's the most lit stocking of all
Dude,
time,
it was
dude.
so awesome because
Bro, fuck every other stocking for eternity, dude.
it was like because no consoles had came out at that year or whatever. I don't think it was just like the Game Boy came out, or the Game Boy Color, and normally we would get like a console or some type of game like around Christmas time. That was like the time. We anytime a new console came out, we'd have to wait till Christmas, but we'd get it. Which I realized I was very very fortunate for that.
Yeah.
But the Game Boy Color was the dopest thing ever, dude. Like,
Oh,
I just remember it like thinking, damn, I didn't get any gaming stuff because they saved the stockings for after the gifts. And I was like, fuck. Like, that's all I cared about as a kid was playing video games. And then I like went over and I like grabbed the stocking and it was like, wait, what the? It was like a box inside. And I was like, oh shit. Like, pulled it out and it was my fucking atomic purple Game Boy Color.
Bro.
Dude.
I used to get so hyped about getting the Game Boy games too in the little square
Yeah,
boxes.
dude.
Ooh,
It came with Pokemon. I got
Bro.
Pokemon. It was awesome.
the ultimate game to get with that too. Like
It didn't come with the Game Boy, like obviously, but they
that's
bought
what your
it.
mom
Yeah,
got for you. Yeah.
yeah, good times, man. That and then one of my favorite Christmas memories of gaming was whenever we got the GameCube.
Oh yeah,
for
I was
Christmas.
just gonna say my Christmas memory is when I got the Xbox for Christmas.
The OG.
Same year.
Yeah, dude. So like, I remember, us talking on the phone about it and being like, you tell your parents to get the Xbox and I'll ask for the GameCube. That way we can have both or whatever, because Smash Bros was coming out or Melee. And I remember my mom being like, yeah, you guys aren't getting a GameCube or whatever. And we found the gifts in the laundry room, like in a trash bag, and like saw that it was a GameCube, and like you could see
shit.
like I remember, I think it was Luigi like on the thing, so like we knew we were getting Melee. Like it was just like a fucking done deal. But
Man,
that it was great. Good times.
see, I remember I unwrapping the Xbox, and it was in this big brown box. Like it was like a big old box. Like hard to see it on here. It was like fucking like huge. And like I unwrapped the box, and like it had like every game that was out that like launched with the console. It had like Halo and fucking like Oddworld, and I can't really think of many of the games that came with the console at this point. Dead or Alive 3, I think, was one of them or something.
Oh yeah, dude. You had all the good shit
Dude,
for that.
I had like
They got you like a
came with-
subscription to Xbox.
Yeah, I was gonna say it came
magazine.
with the Xbox magazines. Like it came with like 2 or 3 Xbox magazines, like the past few months of it, and then it came with 2 like Duke controllers. Like the big fucking huge Xbox controllers.
Oh yeah, dude. I remember. I was like, damn, you got
That shit was
fucking
lit,
loaded, dude.
Yeah, I got like the whole. They got me like the premium. You know what I mean? Like bundle.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that was such a good time.
Paranormal is giving his Christmas memory. He says, Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask is one for me.
Oh.
I also remember getting Ocarina of Time for Christmas one year, getting an N64 with it, like getting an N64 in that game.
Bro, I remember seeing the Majora's Mask case, like sitting there with all the Christmas lights reflecting off of like the holographic fucking case. You know what I
dude.
mean?
Just waiting for Christmas to be done with so you can go play your shit.
I'll never forget. It wasn't even wrapped. It was just sitting there with a bow on it. Like fucking.
Damn.
Oh,
They just made you sit there and stare at it?
It was just so beautiful. Well, no, they didn't put it out until Christmas Eve.
Oh, okay,
you know what I mean?
okay. I was like, damn, they just had that sitting under there. Like, look at what you gonna get. Yeah, flexing on you. He says, as well as Final Fantasy Tactics for GBA.
Oh, such a good game.
Really good. And then Game Boy Color as well. Video games and Christmas. Big purple heart. Yeah, dude. Video games and Christmas is just like synonymous.
Yeah,
it's like
hand in hand.
Yeah, man. I'm so glad that was always a part of my life. Like just. I think it's funny that I'm like almost 30 and I just don't that's like my main hobby. Is like I love video games.
Same here. Same here.
So nostalgic, but
I can't help it. I feel like video games have grown up with me though.
Yeah, dude.
As I have matured, so have video games.
Remember us talking about that in your kitchen. I remember talking about it in your kitchen one morning whenever we were probably like 12. You had just got the Xbox, and we were talking about how like graphics couldn't get better. We were like, dude, next gen, like they're just gonna have like fucking real people in the games.
I remember talking about that, and we were playing like Blitz or something.
Yeah, it was like.
I mean, to be fair, the 360 was pretty fucking next level compared.
It wasn't the 360 at that time. We were playing the OG.
No, that's what I mean.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Next gen was a lot better.
Yeah, but it wasn't real. Like we were just like, dude.
We would blow our little fucking minds if we brought one like
if we brought the Series X
back,
or like
dude.
a PC back.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, what else you got? Do we got
even a Switch would fucking blow your mind back then, dude? Like
imagine showing Pokemon Sword and Shield to your like
to my
10-year-old
childhood self.
Or
I would have
before
just
that.
been freaking out about the new Pokemon. Honestly, I was so into Pokemon back then. Like
me
the
too.
fact that I knew like the next 500 Pokemon that hadn't come out yet, I would be like so fucking like
hype.
Elitist about that shit. I would be
Oh,
like,
yeah, dude.
well, the unreleased Celebi. You know what I mean?
Oh gosh, dude, that'd be crazy.
Yeah.
And then you have to tell your younger self that you're not going to care about Pokemon cards in the future.
Oh, that would break my heart.
Anyways,
But save as many first edition Charizards as you can. Like.
Oh yeah, dude.
Okay. Aaron Jones says, what games this year were you hyped up over that left you disappointed, and what games weren't so much that took you by surprise? That's an interesting question, and one that I didn't put enough thought in before I read it.
Yeah, same.
Hang on, let me look at a little thing of releases in 2020.
Oh yeah, yeah, Paranormal. That's what I'm saying. I'd have all first edition Charizard saved. I had probably thousands of Pokemon cards just lying around my house, like.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That just all, like at some point went in the trash or burned up in my house whenever it burned down. But like, it's still crazy to think about. We're probably sitting on like just crazy money, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, unpopular opinion here. Game that I didn't think was going to be good that I ended up liking was Marvel's Avengers, even though a lot of people didn't like that. And games that I expected to be good but weren't that good. Maybe? Well, I don't know. It's not that the game wasn't good. It's just that I wasn't into it. Disco Elysium, but that didn't come out this year. That came out last year, I think. I don't know. Resident Evil wasn't like a bad game, but it was a little too short. Resident Evil 3, I mean. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it was good. It was really good, but it could have been it wasn't as good as 2. I don't know. So I wasn't really disappointed by anything this year, to be honest with you. Like,
one that I was hyped up for but was let down by was the game behind us on screen, which is Animal Crossing New Horizons.
Yeah.
I was very hyped for that game, especially with the fact that it had co-op and stuff, but I ended up only playing it for like 2 hours and then just never touched it again. And it's because you could only have one island on a console. Even if you bought 2 games or like had different save files, it was all on the same island. And you couldn't, so if my girlfriend went and collected all of the fruit and stuff from the island and then I jumped on, it wouldn't be there. Like, basically, you have to share all of the stuff on the one island. And on New Leaf, which is the one that I had originally played and I fell in love with, like, I put over 100 hours into that game of just, like, chilling. Like, it was so personal. You know what I'm saying? Like, it gave you that feeling of like it was your island, it was your escape, your place, and I didn't feel that with New Horizons, unfortunately, and it was really a big letdown. But I'm glad that my girlfriend got to enjoy it and play it during quarantine.
Yeah, a lot of people enjoyed it. I wasn't like the biggest fan either. I did make a nice little island. I did spend 20 or 30 hours playing it, but it wasn't my favorite game ever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's unfortunate because it could have been one of the, like, if they would have just given had the ability to put more than one island per console, like, it would have been a perfect game. I would have loved it.
I feel bad. I feel like my Switch is kind of collecting dust right now, And
that's because there's nothing coming out, though.
Yeah, and you know what's going to change that, hopefully, is fucking Pokemon Snap. I really hope Pokemon
Whenever
Snap
that gets announced. They haven't even shown anything about it since, like, they first announced it.
Yeah, I know. They got posters for it all over GameStop, though. So,
do they?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
So hopefully it's not too far out.
One that I underestimated, though, and it turned out to be really good, was Minecraft Dungeons. Like, I've been really enjoying that.
That's a good one. Yeah. I totally underestimated Minecraft Dungeons.
It looks like a kid game, but it's literally just Diablo. It's like Diablo with a cool, like, enchantment system for weapons and stuff like that. Like, if you want a fun-ass co-op game to just waste time in, that's it. That's the one.
You know, a game I had a lot of fun with, and I'm not going to say it was underrated because it definitely wasn't. It's not even that good of a game. I just had a lot of fun playing it, was Maneater. That game where you're the shark and you, like, level up. Again, basic-ass game. Not the best game ever.
No.
But still a lot of fun.
It's like Goat Simulator type fun.
It's like better than Goat Simulator, but only better enough to, like, keep you playing. Anyways, that's all I got. Yeah, that's it. That's it.
All right. So that's our listener questions, guys. Thanks so much for writing in. Paranormal, thanks so much for hanging with us in the stream. Hopefully, next week we'll have a question, or not a question, a fact.
Yeah, my bad. I even wrote down the fact. I had a great little thing for it, and I just totally forgot to put the fact.
Yeah, it's all good. I'm just messing with you. But anyways, yeah, be sure to check out the video version of this tomorrow on YouTube if you're listening to the audio, and as well as our trailer reaction to what the little things. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
Anyways, remember, you've been listening to GameSpeak Podcast, courtesy of GameSpeakPodcast.com. The show posts for free every Wednesday on all podcast platforms, but you can watch it live before anyone else, like 09 Paranormal did on twitch.tv/GameSpeak Podcast every Tuesday evening at 7:50 p.m. CST. Be sure to submit any questions you want us to read on the show to the GameSpeak Podcast Facebook group at facebook.com/group/GameSpeak Podcast. Check out our video content on YouTube at youtube.com/createforsanity. And if you want to stay up to date with your boys, you can find me on Twitter at the handle @JafferJamel and Brent at Brent has one. That's the number 1. And until next time, listeners, later.